Welcome, team. Let's go into the description of the file so we could download the files. Go into the order room one, grab the combat slant, download. We need to download this because here it's going to have all the files that you need to run the query. You have the sample GArmy files and what the files should be called once they are converted for the use in the query. We're going to open the file. These are the two files. I already created a folder in the desktop right here, query files. This is where I want to put them. You put it wherever you want, but just make sure that once you put them there, you don't move them anywhere else. We're going to save them right over here, and let's open up the combat slant. So here's the file. We need to change the path. I'm going to show you why in a second. Go to data, show queries. These are the queries that run in the background. So once you go to data and refresh all, it runs it, but it doesn't find it because the path over here doesn't exist. This is the path to my computer. You need to find the path to your computer. So that means that you have to go to where you downloaded the files to. This is where you download them, and go into the files and copy this link. Copy this link, and then you paste it right over here. Paste it, save it. Once you save it, go to data. Make sure you click away from the selection in your end. Go to data, refresh all, and the query is going to recognize the location of the address, and it's going to read the files. There you go. So now it has the correct path to where the files are at, and therefore it's going to find the files where they're supposed to be at. Now when you go to the report, it'll update everything. So this is what you need to do to download the files and make sure that they are working correctly. And this is what you downloaded. Let's look at it. This is the quest file. This is one I downloaded. So in here we have the combat slant, and we have the sample GCSSArmy files. Once you download the files from GArmy, you need to make sure that the Equipsit has all these columns. It doesn't matter the order they're in, but make sure that it has it. The same thing for the ESR. Even though this query that we have now doesn't use the ESR, make sure that it has those columns selected. Make sure that for later on, when you download the ESR, or if you download ZPark later on, or ME5 Alpha, or any other file from GArmy, make sure that the rows that we have here are available from the pool from GArmy. Because if you don't, it's not going to work. It's going to be missing it. And the key, this is the key. And the key, once you get it, you need to change. These are fake. I made up these units, UICs, and locations and everything. So in here, make sure you could delete all of these, but make sure that you add your UIC, your storage location, and what the unit and the company is, and what class of SLOC is once you put a storage location. But at a minimum, you need to have your unit, battalion, and company. And here is for the equipment. It has this goes off the NIN, or this is the material number. So it'll search for the material number for an equipment, and then it's going to give it these values: the major capability, the LIN family, and the LIN star family. If you want to change this, you have to get with me, so I could change it in the system. And if you could figure it out, you could do it yourself, but it's very simple. We could change these names, but these right here, you could change freely to whatever you want. All this over here. We covered how to download the file from OneDrive. We covered how to change the path. We covered that you could save the file wherever you want to save it, as long as the path is correct, so that the query would read the files from where they're supposed to be at. We covered the naming convention of the files. It needs to be called equipzip. It needs to be called ESR. We don't use a ESR for this query, but for future queries we will. The sample GCSSRME file shows you the columns that they must have. And if you do this, it'll be simple to update. And then this is the easiest one. We're going to keep up improving this one. And I will be sharing more complicated ones. But the basics is the same. Save the files, save the path, download from GRME with all the fields selected that are needed to make them into a table and override the last query. Subscribe and like, and send me any comments of anything that you want to see. And then let's leave our desks and let's go to work. Thanks.